There we go. And I'm going to share my screen. Let's see. Anybody have any things that happened this weekend showing property? Any interesting things to share for the weekend? No, nobody. Did anybody show property this weekend? Okay.
I didn't see any properties, but I actually ended up in Wisconsin to go visit my brother. And I actually walked around the neighborhood just to kind of like look at how much property values are worth over there in Stevens Point, Wisconsin, which is far off. But that's something that I did, just kind of thinking about and giving me a perspective on our market out here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's good. I like that. I like that you did that. I know Wisconsin is probably such a different market than our market. But at the same time, giving yourself perspective, right? My husband went to school in Texas. And so whenever, his perspective is a little bit skewed because he went to school in Texas for years, and he's like, that we could have a mansion in Texas. And I'm like, yeah, and I could sweat like a slave in Texas and not have friends in Texas or family, like there's so many reasons not to be there. It's just crazy. And so, but if you look at that, everywhere has lower house prices than California, right? So it's kind of like, but what do we get by being in California? You have to think about that. Like, what are the advantages? And if you know, like I know, people are coming here. Yes, they're moving out, especially when they get retirement age. But people definitely are coming here because Southern California just has the draw. Like we just have the draw. Even though the weather is wacky, we still have the best weather, right? Across the United States, just about. And you just can't, there's certain things you just can't buy. So I just love where we live. Can't see myself going anywhere, but definitely to get perspective, I like to look at other markets like Atlanta. If you want to look at other markets, look at them. What I would suggest you guys look at other markets that like your clients are talking about going to, right? Like Atlanta is one of my areas. Arizona is another one. Nevada, of course, is another one. I actually would love to buy my little vacation home in Nevada because me and my husband love Vegas. So where else? Anywhere else you guys are like hearing that your clients want to go to? Kimmy, did you want to say something? Property costs are rising in Texas as well. Oh, okay, Roz. Are they? I bet they are. Everywhere is getting higher, right? So yeah, just think about that though. If you guys can be a resource by providing market information on a different area because you know your clients are trying to go there, do it. Be everywhere. And all you have to do is ping a Keller Williams agent in that area, create a relationship, and be like, hey, can you send me some market data or a market report, on this specific area? They have the same resources like we have, right? So you guys can absolutely do that and then be able to send that to a few of your clients who are thinking about another area, and bam, you're like, a resource for everything. So, and you guys know, I'm probably preaching to the choir, but in command goes across states. So if you guys want to send your clients properties in different states, you absolutely can in command. You do not have to be just California. Now, you can only do California in the MLS because that's all that it will report on, in specifically Southern California. But in command, shoot, you could send your client active properties in Florida. You could send them active properties in Oklahoma. It doesn't matter. You can go all over and send them properties. So don't forget that. Okay. If they want to see properties, you could be like, hey, let me set you up on a search and I'll send you some properties so you can see what's going on in the area before you decide to go out there. right? So always be that resource to your clients. All right, let's go. So what is LA County looking like? I need to move this thing because I can't see LA County. All right, here we go. So for sale properties are up 5.5% over last month, up 45.6% over last year, same time frame in July, and we're ending July. This is the last week of July, you guys. This is bananas. 7 months. We only have 5 months left in the year. And we are 45.6% up overall. So what does that mean, you guys? We have 45.6% more inventory, for sale inventory than we did last year. That is a good sign. However, we don't have as many sales as we did last year. We have only 1.2% more sales than we did last year. So just because we have more inventory is not necessarily translating into sales, right? And that's more than likely because of the interest rates being up there. So people are selling, but people are not necessarily buying. They're on the fence, right? And I've got a news article that we're going to go over at the end about that. All right, so it was 2.4% lower, sold properties 2.4% lower than last month, 8.5% higher than last year, same time frame in July, and again, 1.2% higher overall, okay? So sold properties that have closed escrow is actually up slightly 1% from last year. Pendants are down 4.9% over last month, up 7.7% over last year, same time frame in July, and slightly up 2.1% overall, okay? So definitely in LA County, we are still trending upward, which is great. We want to keep that trend going. We do not want to be seeing those red indicators, which means that we are dipping down. Let's look at our next, which is new listing inventory is actually down 11.4% over last month, up 7.1% over last year, same time frame in July, and then up still 15.9% overall. So we have had more new listing inventory come on the market this year to the tune of 15.9% higher, which is great. We need to see new listing inventory continue to come on the market, okay? Average active price has gone down 5.1% over last month, 10.4% lower over last year, same time frame in July, and 10.4% lower overall. So in LA County, unlike the other counties, right, we are seeing a dip in average active price. Now, what I will tell you is we've started looking this weekend at houses in Lakewood, Carson, Long Beach. Where else are we looking? Cypress, Norwalk, and even Downey, Whittier, and La Mirada. So looking at those properties, actually a few of them, you guys, are still sitting on the market. So it is really weird that I'm seeing that their prices are going down. So it is happening. We are seeing it more so in LA County than even in San Bernardino and Riverside County. Okay, so it is definitely happening. You are seeing house prices go down, but this is not necessarily saying that. What this is saying is that compared to last year, sellers in LA County are asking 10.4% less than they did last year overall. That's what this is saying, okay? However, they're receiving 5% higher than they did last year. They're selling for 5% higher than they did last year. So although they're asking 10.4% less, they're receiving 5% higher. So they're receiving a normal amount of appreciation, and it's going up, right? So they're happy. They're not going down, they're going up. And remember, LA County is huge. So really, if we dove into this number, we would be able to see like where in LA County are those ebbs and flows. Where is it down? Where is it up, right? We'd be able to see that. But overall, average sold price has gone up 5% over last year. So that is definitely a good sign in LA County. Now let's look at our months of inventory in LA County. It's gone up 3.9% over last month. So we were at 2.6 months of inventory last month. We're at 2.7 months of inventory right now. Overall, it's gone up 44.3%. So that's pretty significant. We were at 2 months of inventory last year. We're at 2.9 months of inventory right now. Again, that is really good. We want it to be a balanced market, and a balanced market doesn't start to even get into that category until we have at least 4 months of inventory. All righty. And what does that mean? That just means that supply and demand are in balance. We have enough homes to actually meet demand. Right now, we do not. Okay, we do not have enough homes to meet demand. All right, so average days on market, no change. We were at 27 days on market last month. We're at 27 days on market currently. Overall, a 14.3% decrease. We were at 35 days on market last year at this time frame in July. We are at 30 days on market currently at this time of the year. Again, don't let this fool you, because you guys know houses are not staying, the good ones are not staying on the market for no 30 days, okay? So make sure you're getting your buyers out there. Sold versus original list prices changed, went down 1%, 99%. Sellers were getting 99% of their list price last month. They're getting 98% of their list price currently. Not a big deal. Overall, a 1% increase. Last year, this time frame, they were getting 97% of their list price. Currently, they're getting 98% of their list price. Again, why does this matter? Because if you're at a listing presentation, you want to be able to say with confidence, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, I am fairly confident that I can get you 100% of your list price based on my pricing strategy. And then you go out to explain the pricing strategy, right? And you've got evidence to back it up that yes, sellers across the county are receiving 98% of their list price. There's no reason why you can't be one of them, and that I can't get you into that 100% of the list price, and even possibly over that if we choose to be competitively priced, right? All right. Let's go into the OC. All right. They're always a little bit different. OC. So snazzy. So let's go to the OC. Here we go. 8.8% higher than they were last month on for sale properties that are active on the market, 8.8% higher. And then we've got 39.6% higher than it was last year, same time frame in July. And for sale properties are 39.6% higher overall. So for sale properties, again, active properties on the market. I mean, again, look at this number. It's a big number. It's almost 40% higher than it was last year. So there's definitely a little more inventory than we had last year. Sold properties are up 3.2% higher than last month, 10.4% higher than it was last July, same time frame in July, and 4.7% higher than it was last year. So sold properties that have actually closed escrow is up 4.7% over last year. Pendants, properties that have actually gone into escrow, are down 4.5% over last month, 1.8% higher than they were last year, same time frame in July, and 3.9% higher overall, which is great. So three out of three of our major trend lines are still in the green and going up. So we want to continue to see that, and hopefully as we get into the later months in the year, these numbers will hold steady for us. All right, so new listing inventory has gone down 18.9% over last month, 6% decrease over last year, same time frame in July, and a 13% increase overall. So new listing inventory, that new inventory coming on the market, has still gone up 13% overall, which is great, because again, if you look at Orange County, it's one of the most deprived counties out there, right? It has the least amount of inventory out there. So we definitely want to see new listing inventory and for sale inventory being out there because we need it. All right. Average active price has gone down 2.9% over last month, gone up 2.4% over last year, same time frame in July, and 2.4% increase overall. Average active price has gone up 2.4% overall. Now, this is if you guys were following last year, I'm telling you, and I should do a side-by-side comparison. Orange County was up like 30% on their average active price last year over the previous year. Like literally, they were asking astronomical prices, okay? To see them only up 2.4% over last year is is really phenomenal, because that means that sellers' expectations had to be truly managed in order for them to only be asking 2.4% higher than they over the previous year. They really had to come to the realization that, you know what, buyers aren't going to come to this property if I'm trying to ask 30% higher than I did last year, especially with the current interest rates, right? So clearly this is showing us that sellers are definitely getting their minds right and wrapped around the fact that if I want to sell, I have to be reasonably priced. Okay. However, with all that said that I just said, look at what they're receiving, 13.5% higher than they did last year. So although they're asking 2.4% higher, only 2.4% higher, they're receiving 13.5% higher. Now, what does that mean? That means, or why? You know, what's the big why? You guys already know the big why. Tell me the big why. Why are they receiving 13.5% higher in Orange County over last year? Come on, don't be shy. You guys know this. Who wants to be bold? Come on, my bold people. Kim, Oscar, Estrella, come on.
Because they're listing it at a lower price?
Well, that could be, absolutely. They could be listing it at a lower price, and then it's driving the price up. That could be. That could be. That's not necessarily what I'm looking for, but that is a good answer. Absolutely. What's another reason that the sold price has gone up 13.5%, although they're only asking 2.4% higher? What's the other reason?
A lot of demand. A lot of people want to buy in that area.
They do, Oscar. A lot of people want to buy in that area. And what? Give me the second part of that.
Not enough homes?
Thank you. That's it. A lot of people want to buy in that area and there are not enough homes. Look at this slide right here, you guys. Months of inventory in Orange County, 1.7 months of inventory. I just wanted that to marinate. Like, they have no inventory, right? No inventory out there. So they've got 1.7 months of inventory, no change over last month. Currently, at this time in the year, they've got 1.9 months of inventory. That's it. Not even 2 months of inventory in Orange County. So yes, they are asking a very, 2.2% higher than they did last year and receiving like 13.5% higher than they did last year because there's no inventory. So like Oscar said, and like Estrella said, all the buyers are bidding on the same properties. There's just not enough inventory and a lot of buyers. Okay. And even though we do have a buyers are still sitting on the fence. I mean, still, when you have no inventory out there, you're still going to have it where, when you have no inventory out there, you're still going to have it where buyers are going to outnumber, because we do have buyers who have been waiting to buy. Okay. So Orange County is definitely still getting higher prices than they did last year, to the tune of about 13%, and they're happy. However, we really need to increase the days of the amount of inventory that has come on the market, even with the gains that you see in Orange County, right? 38% higher than we had last year, and we still are having that kind of shortage. All right, so average days on market has gone up 10.5%. We were at 19 days on market last month. We're at 21 days on market currently. Overall, it has gone down 28.1% because last year we were at 32 days on market and currently we're at 23 days on market. Sold versus original list price has gone down 2%. Last month we were at sellers were receiving 100% of their list price. Currently they're receiving 98% of their list price. Overall, an increase of 2.1% because sellers were receiving 97% of their list price, and now they are receiving 99% of their list price. Okay, so sellers are happy in Orange County. They have a lot of competition in Orange County. So sellers are receiving 99% of their list price. More than likely, again, our sellers would receive 100% of their list price and or more, because we would price it right so that it could receive multiple offers, right? And that's what we want. That's the situation we want to create for our sellers. All right, let's go to Riverside County. Riverside County is 0.9% lower For sale properties is 0.9% lower than it was last month. And 39.8% higher than it was last year, same time frame in July, and 39.8% higher overall. So properties, again, we're seeing an increase of active inventory in Riverside County to the tune of 39.8%, which is great, more inventory. Sold properties are down 4.9% over last month, up 11.3% over last year, same time frame in July. However, down slightly, 0.5% over last year overall, right? So again, sold properties that have actually closed escrow is actually down just slightly, 0.5%, and we'll continue to watch that. Pending properties are up 3.4% over last year, same time frame, or I'm sorry, over last month, up 18.3% over last year, same time frame in July, and up slightly 1.7% over last year, okay, overall. So 2 out of our 3 main trend lines are in the green and moving up, and we only have a slight dip of 0.5%, which I believe is even a little bit better than it was last month. So we are ticking up a little bit, okay, so that's good. All right, new listing inventory is down 19.7% over last month, down 1.1% over last year, same time frame in July. However, it is still up 13.8% overall, all righty, over last year. So we're still, new listing inventory is still going up 13.8%, which is great. Average active price has gone down 3.6% over last month, up 2.4% over last year, same time frame in July, and up 2.4% overall, okay? So average active price, sellers in Riverside County are asking a little bit higher, 2.4% higher than they did last year. However, they are receiving 6.9% higher than they did last year. Again, both numbers are reasonable and within reasonable ranges, right? So they're not astronomical at all. So sellers are receiving 6.9% higher than they did last year, which is, again, very reasonable. All right, months of inventory, no change over last month. We were at 2.7 months of inventory last month. We're at 2.7 months of inventory currently. And then overall, a 37.2% increase. We were at 1.9 months of inventory last year. We were at 2.6 months of inventory currently. Again, at least in Riverside County, we are in the 2-month range, the upper 2-month range, which is good, or the mid, 2-month range, which is good. It's higher than it is in Orange County, but a little bit lower than LA County, right? We are definitely seeing a migration of folks going out to Riverside County, going out to San Bernardino County, which is definitely raising their house prices up, okay? And causing the buyers out here to take up the inventory out there, definitely. All right. Average days on market, no change. We were at 39 days on market last month. We're at 39 days on market currently. A 10.6% decrease over last year. So last year, we were at 47 days on market, and currently overall, we're at 42 days on market, okay? So again, don't let these numbers fool you, you guys. The good ones are definitely going fast. If they held an open house this weekend, they're expecting offers on Monday, they're reviewing on Tuesday, and they're countering on Wednesday. Counters are due back on Thursday. Then they may even hold it open again, and then they'll open escrow on Monday. But if they're quickly wanting to get into escrow, counters are due on Thursday, they're opening on Friday. Like literally. So it's taken like 10 days total, okay? Sold versus original list price is down 1%. We were at 97% of list price last month. Sellers are getting 96% of this list price currently this month. Overall, a 1% increase is kind of the reverse. Sellers are getting 96% of list price last year, and now they are getting 97% of list price. So again, Riverside County is still doing very well. They're getting, sellers are getting 97% of list price, which is up there, almost 100%. And it really depends on your pricing strategy. You could definitely get your sellers 100% of list price. All right, let's go to San Bernardino County, our last county of the day. Let me check the chat. Let's see what's going on. Property, okay, we had already. Yep, less inventory. Good job, Alberto. All right, so San Bernardino County, 6% increase in for sale properties over last month, a 38.2% increase over last year, same time frame in July, and a 38.2% increase overall. So for sale properties have actually increased 38.2%. Again, as you're seeing, you guys, across the county, more inventory has definitely come on the market as compared to last year. Okay. Sold properties went up 3.4% over last month, 4.1% over last year, same time frame in July. And however, a 3.1% decrease overall. So sold properties in San Bernardino County has actually gone down 3.1% increase. That's the largest dip across, well, as compared to Riverside County, right? Which was just very nominal at 0.5%. Pending properties have gone up 5.1% over last month, up 12.3% over last year, same time frame in July. However, a 1.7% decrease overall. So only one of our indicators has gone up, and that's our for sale properties. But our pendants, properties in escrow, and our solds have actually gone down. We'll have to see if they're going to rebound. You know, as we keep going in the year, we're almost through our summer months, and this is our hot months that we normally look at, which is, you know, you see here, over last month, we're up 5%. Over last year, same time frame in July, we're up 12.3%. So these are our hotter months. So we definitely would like to see these numbers rebound. All right. New listing inventory has gone down 11.6% over last month, down 0.5% over last year, same time frame in July. However, holding strong at 13.1% increase over last year. So new listing inventory has actually gone up in San Bernardino County, which is great. We want to see more inventory come on the market. Okay. And then looking at average active price has gone down 0.1% over last month, up 2.3% over last year, same time frame in July, and up 2.3% overall. So definitely seeing some appreciation, or I'm sorry, definitely seeing sellers asking for more than they did last year, but very nominal, right? Very, very what do they call it? Reasonable amount of appreciation that they're asking for, right? And they're receiving only 5.2% higher than they did last year, again, which is very reasonable. So don't let people tell you these prices have gone crazy, right? No, in San Bernardino County, they're only asking for 5.2% higher than they did last year, okay? Months of inventory in San Bernardino County has gone up. So you guys see in every other county, we're in the 1 month. Orange County, we're in the 1 month. LA and Riverside, we're in the 2 months. San Bernardino County is in the 3 months of inventory. So zero change over last month. We were at 3.3 months of inventory last month. We're at 3.3 months of inventory currently. However, overall, a 40.7% increase, because last year we were at 2.5 months of inventory, and now we are at 3.5 months of inventory. So definitely, San Bernardino County is the county where we are closest to that normal market. Okay, we are definitely closest to that normal market in San Bernardino County, sitting at 3.5 months of inventory. And we'll continue to monitor that and see if that continues to rise. All right, average days on market, no change over last month. 2.9% decrease over last year, same time frame in July. We were at 34 days on market last year in July. We're at 33 days on market currently. However, a 15.6% decrease, a little larger decrease overall, because we were at 45 days on market last year, and currently we are at 38 days on market. Alrighty. Now, a 47.5% decrease as it relates to sold versus original list price. There must be something in this number that is causing this big dip. There's got to be something in that number. I'm actually make a note to myself, because that's so weird to see something like that, right? We know that sellers aren't getting 52% of their list price, right? Something is causing that anomaly in there. Because last month they were getting 99% of their list price, and it's saying right here that this month they're getting 52% of their list price. You can best believe if seller was getting 52% of their list price, it'd probably come off the market before they'll sell it, right? That doesn't make any sense. Now, and then because of this anomaly, it's causing this number to be probably skewed as well. So sellers were getting 97% of their list price last year. Currently, they're getting 88% of their list price currently. That's what this number is saying. But I'm guessing that, I'm sorry, whatever is causing this number is causing this number to be skewed as well. Okay, so that's a 9.3% decrease. So I'll have to get some info on that, and I'm gonna just make a note. So San Bernardino sold versus original. All right, so maybe I can do a little bit of research. All right, guys. Any questions on our trends, our sales trends for the month or for the week?
I have a question. Ed is going to have a thing on the contracts in Huntington Beach. What day is that going to be? And can you let us know about it?
I do not know about it. He is going to be doing it in-house, so you have to actually go there. It's not going to be on Zoom. I do not know what day it is, but we'll find out. I can find out, and we can put that on the hub for you. He's going to be back here next week. So he's going to be here every other week doing an in-house. So he'll be back here next week. Our upcoming events, we have, there we go. So we have group coaching today. We're going to be going over some more dialogues, some new dialogues that we have, that we got from Glover University, a coaching program that a lot of us follow. That's really good. And everybody's coming out with scripts, dialogues. We want to equip you guys with those dialogues so that you guys can have different ways of explaining the buyer rep agreement, different ways of explaining buyer compensation, and explain to your sellers why it's important to offer buyer agent compensation, right? And be able to explain the changes that have occurred in our industry. So tomorrow morning, we have Conversations in Real Play with John Boteo. We have the regional tech update at 3 tomorrow, and we have Eileen's going to be talking about websites. So definitely chime in, okay? So her tech workshop is tomorrow night. You got group coaching today at 12. Then we've got on Wednesday, we have got Rosie and Luis, who are going to be talking about down payment assistance programs, the 3.5% grant. And Luis is going to be talking about estate planning, okay? And why it is so important to counsel your folks to get estate planning. It is so important, you guys. Most of our people think that having a will is good enough, and it is not. Having a will will put you in probate if the person passes on title and does not have that property in a living trust, right? So definitely attending these, and it's a lunch and learn, but attending these classes just gives you more knowledge so that then you have more to give to your clients. So make sure that you are attending these classes. It's really important. It's a lunch and learn. Be here so you can network with your fellow agents. And then we've got our tech workshop that's going to be after that with Martha at 1 o'clock. Right after that, it'll probably be about 1:30 because that class is ending at 12:45. Doesn't give us much time for Q&A. So I would say about 1:30, plan on that. And then we've got broker hour with Ed on Wednesday and Thursday at 10. You guys know that's on Zoom. And then we've got Dial for Dollars with Victor Ambrise at on Thursday at 5 o'clock. Victor is talking about, again, dialogues for right now, sellers, so expireds, for sell by owners, things like that. He is definitely coaching and training on that. I just want to go back because I did add a mastermind. We're going to do a mastermind on the BRBC, dialogues to use and questions and answers. So a Q&A, and that's going to be on Friday from 11 to 12. All righty. And that's in-house Q&A mastermind. We just want everybody to really just dive into, what's about to change. Get all of your questions answered. And we're going to continue to do this because it is so important that you guys are equipped with and comfortable with how you're going to be presenting your value proposition, how you're going to be influencing buyers and sellers to make the right decisions and compensating you, right? Okay, so that's what we're going to be talking about. Jennifer, myself, and John Boteo were sitting around having our own little mastermind and thought, you know what? We should have masterminds. We should be doing this with each other, all of our agents. And so we wanted to invite you to our own private conversation and open that up to everybody. All right. So industry news, buyers continue to hold out as rates stay put. So what we're seeing is that definitely mortgage rates remaining flat at like 6.78 to 7%. You know, buyers are really like waiting and they're thinking that the rate is going to drop. Well, you guys, this week there's supposed to be a Federal Reserve meeting, and they're hoping that that's going to shed some light on when and if we're going to see any rate cuts. Okay, they are saying that they expect a rate cut in September, right before the election. They're saying that they're expecting a rate cut, but that the Fed is going to be meeting, and we will see if that actually is going to happen, or if they're going to allude to or you know, give us a little bit of insight if they're planning to make a rate cut. All right. So again, though, we want our buyers to get off the fence now, because when that rate cut comes, if it comes, you guys know all hell is going to break loose in our market and buyers are going to jump in. And we're already seeing multiple offer situations and competition, and it will get worse. So if you've got those buyers who are barely hanging on and barely qualifying, they need to be buying now, right, before that happens. And then they can refi when the rate goes down. That's the whole point. Okay. All right. Buyers are backing out. That's the other. Any questions on that before I go? I don't want to just skip over that. That's a good article to read. And this is Real Estate News. They do give you a few free articles before they want to charge you. Buyers continue to hold out as the rates stay put. So any questions on this? Okay. This other one that I thought was really interesting that we just need to be aware of is buyers backing out of deals in record numbers, right? So 15% of all contracts from June were canceled, okay? And it was largely due to affordability issues. So that means that we aren't doing a good job of making sure that our buyers understand their interest rate, their mortgage payment before they're getting into escrow. Because if they understand all that, right, before they get into escrow, then when they get into escrow, they're comfortable. They know that they've made a decision that they can stand behind. But if they get in the escrow and because they are qualified for 800,000 and they haven't gone over the numbers with their lender and with you, then more than likely, yes, they are going to be hit with sticker shock, because most buyers don't equate $800,000 to a $6,000 mortgage payment, right? So we got to make sure that we're doing that up front. And also, if you're a listing agent, making sure that the buyer's agent has gone over that, and having this is what I would do if I was a listing agent. I would be cross-qualifying these buyers and making sure that my lender went over the payment with the buyer, right? And does it take a little bit longer to do that? Absolutely. But you can assure your seller that once you get into escrow, it's going to stick because you've done your due diligence for your client. Okay. So make sure that you guys are on both sides, are doing your due diligence with your clients to protect your clients and make sure that they're making the right decision for their families and not getting into escrow and then backing out. Okay. All right. Any questions about that? We good? Good. I'm going to stop sharing. That is it for the day. I hope you guys have an amazing week and take advantage of all the training that we have to offer. And what else? Go out there and rock the week, like Estrella said earlier. All right, guys, have a good one.
Thank you, Brandy.
Thank you
You're
so much.
welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Brandy. I'm gonna give you
You're
a quick
so
call.
welcome. All right, Cameron.
Okay.